My next review in 2017 of January was the XX's ICU. Dangerous. The introduction is certainly a message to let the listener know that the band are back with a bang. A fanfare can be heard. The first thing I noticed about the opening track to ICU is that it has a UK garage feel to it. There is even a break in it that includes a classic UK garage sub-low bass that So Solid crew, among others, use quite a bit. The fanfare also makes a return during the chorus and the break. Say something loving. The pulse at the beginning will certainly fool the listener, because it certainly fooled me. It seemed like the CD stopped working and was stuck, rather than this actually being the intro to the song, in what is the second single off the album. This song has a very laid back melody, and Ollie's vocals have remained strong. The song also has the classic signature feel to it, which has been present since the self-titled debut album. Lips. The singing that can be heard in the intro sounds choral. Is that the word I am looking for to describe a church choir? I felt the drumming used in the track was certainly inspired by the African continent. Also, there is a hand clap that is deployed during the verses. I feel the track ends just before you are getting into it. A violent noise. I found this track to be very chilled out. During the verse, you can hear a slow and steady drum beat that is pretty quiet but complements the song well. Despite the name of the track, the song is anything but ferocious in any way. Performance. The light plucking of the electric guitar and the soft bass complement Romy Madley Croft's voice superbly. The passion and the emotion is also perfectly executed for the song. Again, like I have found on most of the album, it has been a very light, delicate and artistic touch included in the song. Violins can be heard towards the end and at the outro. Replica. Now we are at the business end of the album, which despite pretty much remaining chilled out, I have enjoyed listening to. The break with the pulsing keyboard seems like a build-up, but when the song kicks in during the break, there is only a steady guitar riff and the keyboard is accompanied by a piano before there are more vocals and the track ends. Broken for You. The guitar solo before the mini break is very subtle and calm. I felt like I was listening to the crash of a gentle wave during this song. It is that relaxed. On Hold. This track would prove to be the teaser late last year for the forthcoming album and released as a first single off the album. I enjoyed the riff of the electric and the bass guitar. The repetitive lyrics of the chorus always meant that this track was destined to be released as a single. During the intro and after the chorus, a sample quote is repeated. I Dare You. Again, the XX have stuck to their guns and carried on the theme that is so far featured on the album. Steady, calm and very chilled out, albeit the opening track. In the chorus, that classic hook is evident, and I couldn't help but feel that the harmony used was inspired by Kings of Leon's You Somebody. The track once again is short and sweet, which also points towards a single that is quite radio friendly. Test Me. The conclusion of the album has a very oceanic feel going on, as if you are deep sea diving and exploring the wonders of the belly of the ocean and what it has to offer. So what is my overall review? Well, I have been a fan of the XX since hearing Islands, and I thought that the review would be quite elementary, but I must confess that I struggled somewhat as the album after the opening track doesn't seem to deviate much. It is not a bad thing because, on the whole, it is yet again another good album by the band and fully deserving of its number one placing. But it didn't really challenge me to write a longer review on each track. They say that the XX is classed as indie/alternative, but I would say that ICU, most certainly albeit one track, sits quite comfortably in the chill out genre. The vocals supplied by Ollie and Romy are once again exemplary, and I can definitely see the band continuing despite Jamie XX recently working on his solo material. I got a sense of I was stranded on a desert island listening to the sound of the waves gently crashing onto the island's shore, or I was exploring the wonders of the ocean whilst deep sea diving. The album was certainly short and sweet, with the playtime lasting just shy of 14 minutes. It also has plenty of radio-friendly tracks that can be used as future singles, for example, I Dare You and Lips. If you're a fan of the XX, you will like this album regardless, but if you are not, you might feel that the album should have more go in it. 7 out of 10.